I think we might as well go ahead and get started. Thank you everybody for joining us today for the Will Fellows Program End of the Year Celebration. We've been looking forward to this day for quite a long time. My name is Megan Gosk and I am the director of the Will Fellows Program. And yeah, it's so great to see so many faces. Really, the entire community is here, from future Will Fellows, current Will Fellows, alumni of the program, of course, Molly and Henry Freelick, as well as other supporters of the program, Honors Carolina staff. We really do have the entire community here. So welcome to everybody. Before we get started with the presentation, I did want to cover some technical aspects of it. I think the students are already used to this, but for those who aren't speaking, if you would mute your microphones, that would be great. But we really would love to see everybody's face. So if you'd leave your camera on, that would be wonderful. During the second half of the presentation, we will have some breakout sessions, and it really will be the opportunity for everybody to engage and talk to our senior Will Fellows. One other thing I should mention is that we are going to record the session for a few people that weren't able to attend today, just so that they'll have an opportunity to see it. Okay, so to kick things off today, we had a first-year Will Fellow, Earl McBride, put together a video for us. And this video, the background, are the singers from the a cappella group Tar Heel Voices. And the photos that are shown are of Will Fellows from throughout the year. All right. Okay. Sorry, technical glitch here for a second. I had a feeling this might happen.
Okay.
All right. Hold on one sec. Okay, so first I'm going to bring the presentation back up again. Okay, can everybody see this presentation again?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, and so here. Okay.
Tar Heel Voices is a co-ed a cappella group here at UNC Chapel Hill, and we're most known for winning Best Soloist, Best Choreography, and Best Video in the International Competition for Collegiate a cappella. Now today you'll be hearing a song from our award-winning set, Elemental, known as Bigger by Beyonce. And I strongly believe this relates to who we are as Will Fellows, because along with being leaders and people who take initiative, we also will or have impacted society in some capacity. And so the whole premise of Bigger is the idea that it's all bigger than ourselves, it's all bigger than what we are doing now. And so if I have one thing to say to the seniors who are graduating, it would be to step into your essence and know that you're excellent. Because you're part of something way bigger.
I'll be the roots, you'll be the tree. Pass on the fruit that was given to me. Legacy. Oh, we're part of something way bigger. Bigger. Stand by your estimate. Step in your essence and know that you're excellent. The Spirit is teaching, I'm not just preaching, I'm taking my holy advice. You're part of something way bigger. You're part of something way bigger. Bigger than you, bigger than me. Bigger than the picture they framed us to me, yeah. You're part of something way bigger. Bigger than you, bigger than me. Bigger than the picture they framed us to be. We're part of something way bigger.
Life is precious.
Okay. Thanks so much to Earl for putting that together. And at this point, I want to welcome Dean Laludis to say a few words and to welcome the group.
Thanks, Megan. That video was great. It made me remember the days when we could all get together in person. Seems like a long time ago. But good afternoon and welcome. I think I know just about everyone on screen this afternoon, but just in case, I'll introduce myself. I'm Jim Laludis, a member of the history faculty and also Associate Dean for Honors Carolina in the College of Arts and Sciences. It's so good to see all of you here this afternoon. As I said, it really makes me look forward all the more to the time when we'll again be able to enjoy one another's company in person rather than virtually. Hopefully, when we have our gathering in the fall, we'll be able to do that. Now, folks who are regulars at these events know that this gathering is always one of the true highlights of the spring semester. We're here this afternoon to give thanks for the life of Will Freilich, for Will's passionate curiosity about the world and his deep commitment to serving others. Will is and always will be a source of inspiration for us all. We're also here to express our gratitude to Molly and Henry Freilich and the larger circle of family and friends who make the Will Fellows program possible. And we'll be reminded in the course of the next hour of the ways that generosity truly changes lives and in numerous ways vitalizes the Carolina community at large. And last and most importantly, we're here to celebrate our Will Fellows who are graduating seniors and to be spellbound by all that they've accomplished. I will just say to them that for those of us of a certain age, you offer comforting assurance that the world really could not be in more capable hands. So again, welcome everyone. And now let me turn the screen over to my colleague from the Department of Music and Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Terry Rhodes.
Thanks so much, Jim. And hello, everyone. It's great to be with you. Welcome to the entire Will Fellows community. It's always a pleasure to be with this group. To thank Molly and Henry for their generosity and support to remember Will and all that he gave to us and how he continues to inspire us, as Jim said. But before I begin, I would like to give a special shout out to Nathan McBride and other members of the Tar Heel Voices. That was beautiful, the way that's kicked off this gathering. And also I want to give a special shout out to Molly. I hear there was a birthday last week, and so happy birthday, Molly. As Jim said, I'm sorry we can't be gathering in person in Chapel Hill today, but I do feel like that's going to be happening this coming fall. In any event, it is a wonderful time to recognize the achievements of our graduating students and the accomplishments of our incoming cohort of Will Fellows as well, who are just beginning their Carolina careers. It's quite a day to be able to be with you all. This program brings the very top students to Carolina, providing them with these fantastic experiential learning opportunities. And that's one of my highest priorities as Dean. Will Fellows are leaders in the classroom and organizations across campus throughout the broader Carolina community. Molly and Henry, I just cannot emphasize enough how important fellowships like these are to our recruitment of the most talented students to Carolina. We're always competing with other top tier schools, and this program really helps us as we look around the room and see and hear what these outstanding students are doing, and just can only imagine what that potential in this room holds. Hearing stories from them, everyone will be so inspired. And I just want to thank you again, Molly and Henry, for opening these doors for them to pursue internships, cutting edge research, service projects, global programs, even through these virtual times. Will's legacy definitely lives on. Thank you so much, and I'm going to turn things back to Jim. Oh, let me say one more thing. I can't wait to see you at commencement. 2 weeks. And I'll be on the podium. I'll be welcoming those graduating seniors and some of your family. So we do have some in-person things coming back. That's going to be quite a day. We've been working on it, and I can't wait to see you then.
Yeah, it is going to be a treat. Well, Megan, back to you for the agenda for the afternoon.
Great. Thank you, Dean Rhodes. Thank you, Dean Laludis, for both of you coming today and for your continued commitment to the Will Fellows program. All right, at this point, we're gonna just switch gears, and I wanna run through a quick agenda of what we have for the remaining of the session. So going to provide a quick update about what's happening in the Will Fellows program right now. The majority of the time, though, will be spent with the Will Fellow seniors sharing their experience, how they used their $7,500 award, and really what they got out of the program. We will then transition to breakout rooms where everybody that is here will have the opportunity to ask these seniors some questions about their experiences. So that's really an opportunity for us to engage in smaller groups. We then have the honor of hearing from Molly and Henry Freilich about how they really thought about creating this program and their long-term commitment to seeing so many Will Fellows successful and opening so many doors for them. And then finally, we will have a song performed and led by Ramsey White, a first-year Will Fellow. And we will be premiering the Honors Carolina video. It's actually not quite done, but we're going to debut it because it does star 5 of the Will Fellow leaders. All right. First, I want to give a huge shout out and big welcome to the incoming class of Will Fellows. Some of them accepted this months ago and others just a couple of days ago. So we are really excited that they will be joining us. We'll be kicking things off with a retreat this July and go from there. But I'm excited to work with these Will Fellows in the next 4 years. All right, so to give you a couple of quick program updates, we really focused on 3 major initiatives to bring together the Will Fellows community this year. The first was creating 3 different leadership roles, and those leadership roles included ambassadors, the event planners, and the social media managers. We also created a mentoring program so that the juniors and seniors could mentor the first and second year Will Fellows. Another great way for us to develop community was through the events. We had at least 1 event per month, but many of the months we had 2, and they fell into the areas of social and career events. In the future, when we can get back to see each other, we were also planning a number of service events. And then finally, we had a monthly newsletter so that all the Will Fellows could be kept up to date on our activities. And then we were able to share several Instagram posts so that the greater Honors Carolina and UNC communities could hear all of the great stories of the Will Fellows. All right, so a huge thank you for our Will Fellows who stepped up to serve as leaders this year. I had mentioned the ambassadors, event planners, and social media managers. Specifically, the ambassadors created one-pagers for the incoming Will Fellows to really enlighten them what the program was all about. They also were able to connect their cohorts together. The event planners planned some amazing social events. One of them, for example, included a meet and greet in which we used the app Glimpse, and basically you were put in a room for 3 minutes with another Will Fellow, and there were icebreaker questions that popped up, and it was really a great opportunity for Will Fellows to get to know one another. And then finally, the social media managers helped really design content for our newly improved website, as well as sent in Instagram posts about our events and profiling our students. All right, and thinking of Instagram, just wanted to show you a couple of the posts, or a few of the posts that were done throughout the academic year, profiling some of the Will Fellows, both our incoming as well as our sophomore, juniors, and seniors. And we will have even more coming for our seniors. All right, thinking of our seniors, it is now time, oh, it popped ahead on me. All right, it is now time to turn it over to them so that they can share their stories. We're gonna have Rob Chen, who is the Senior Will Fellow Ambassador, moderate this portion. And I'm gonna turn things over to Rob.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rob. So I just want to give a quick talk about my senior ambassador position, where I'm responsible for keeping relations within and between cohorts. This year, we brought about a lot of positive change within the program. I just want to thank the opportunity and the privilege for working so closely with Megan and the other ambassadors. And I'll just start talking about my experience with the Will Fellows. So when I first came to UNC, I knew that I wanted to impact patient health indirectly with a degree in biomedical engineering. I knew that I wanted to work with patient diagnostics, but I wasn't sure of which approach to take. I didn't know if I wanted to specialize in device design or medical imaging until I studied in Scotland. And thanks to the Will Fellow Award, I was able to attend the Birchfield Seminar research in Edinburgh, Scotland. It was the 6-week program where we studied medical device designs and healthcare systems in Scotland. And as part of the course, I traveled to different hospitals and museums, talking to everyone and different stakeholders into healthcare. And then some of these museums that we looked at focused on science and medicine, while others looked at design and art, sometimes even history, like the iPod Touch. I want to give a quick shout out to Anna, who will be speaking later, for telling me about this opportunity and for keeping me company throughout these 6 weeks. I would have found out about this program after the deadline if it wasn't for her. So thank you, Anna. And ultimately along this trip, I learned that design was really not for me during this wonderful experience. But I just want to talk about my future plans. So next fall, I'll be attending the University of Florida at Gainesville for my PhD studies to contribute to the Parkinson's and Alzheimer's body of work. I'll be using medical imaging and machine learning to work on like advanced diagnostics. I'm so excited to work on this project, which will combine my interests. So I'll never be able to say this enough, but thank you, Molly and Henry Freilich, as well as other donors of the program. Your contribution has made a huge impact on my ongoing academic career. And on the next slide, you can see some of the photos from the summer. You can see like different locations of Scotland.
I'm sorry, Rob.
They're just different pictures of Scotland and me and Anna in some of these photos. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rob. So I'm Hope. I am from Swansboro, North Carolina, and I ended up studying business and English during my time here at Carolina. But when I first came in, I was really excited to do the language general requirements. That's a little out of pocket to say for some people, but for me, I was super excited because I wanted to study German. My family is really German. I'm only second generation American, and one of the closest family members I have to me is my Oma, my great grandma. She immigrated over from Germany a while back. And so I've always wanted to learn kind of our family language. So I did. And I was so excited that I used my Will Fellows Award to go to study in Berlin for 2 months. And there I took a language class and then a class about seduction and terror, how Hitler was able to obtain control. And during my time there, I was able to get a huge one leg up on the German language. And now I feel like if I ever went back to Berlin, I would feel comfortable to hold my own for a little bit at least. And during my time there, I was able to meet the most amazing people. A picture at the bottom of my slide here is of what I call my study abroad family. I met the most incredible people. I now have a couch to sleep on anytime I go to New York City. I just made friends with all New Yorkers apparently, but I was able to meet them. And then something else that was really crazy for me is we took a trip to Dresden, which is like a little town up north, and we went to this dome which was recently like refinished, like being remodeled from World War II, because it had extensive damage during the war. And so I was looking around thinking like, oh my gosh, this place is beautiful, but like I felt like a strange connection to it. And then as I got home and I went and visited my great grandmother that same year, like a month after getting home from Germany, I went up to upstate New York, and I'm flipping through my phone and showing her pictures. And then we kind of stop here, and she stops me, looks at me dead in the eye, and says, Hope, I was in this dome while we were being bombed, and like it crumbled around me. And that was something I didn't know, and I wouldn't have ever known if I didn't get that chance to go on this trip. So I just want to say to the Freilichs, Henry and Molly, and everyone who makes this possible, I cannot thank you enough for not only connecting me to further academic interests, but getting me closer to my family in one way or another. It's something that I will always cherish within UNC, and I can't thank you enough for being able to give me this opportunity. So now I'm going to turn it over to Anna.
Thank you.
Thanks, Hope. That's such an amazing story. I love that. And I'm so glad to see everybody here today, especially Mr. and Mrs. Freilich, and also the alumni who, when I was a freshman in this program, I was looking up to, and they were inspiring me. So it's just really cool to see everybody here. And I'm Anna Covington. Sorry, I didn't say that. I'm majoring in neuroscience, and I have minors in medicine, literature, and culture, and education. And currently I'm on some medical school waiting lists. So we'll see how that goes. And if it doesn't work out, I'm reapplying and going to work as a medical assistant or EMT this year. We'll see. As Rob mentioned, I studied abroad with him in Scotland, and it was a fantastic experience. But I had never 3D printed something in my life, and I didn't quite understand. I was going there to understand healthcare systems. I didn't realize it was a big biomedical engineering study abroad. I was completely lost, confused. I had no idea what to do. And Rob was there for me. Like I could not have gotten through this experience without him. He taught me everything I know about 3D printing. But I have always known I wanted to go into medicine, and that study abroad program, really like researching the US and UK healthcare systems, showed me how much I care about healthcare policy and national and global leadership. So along with being a researcher and practicing physician in the future, that study abroad experience showed me that I hope to one day take the lessons that I learned about the UK's national healthcare system and different systems around the world to better the one that we have here in the United States. So to Mr. and Mrs. Freilich, and to all of the people who have contributed to this program, I can't thank you enough, not only for the award that allowed me to study abroad and learn so much about myself and medicine, but for fostering a community of extremely bright individuals that I'm excited to watch go out into the world and truly change it.
All right, thanks, Anna. My name is Ava Irfani. I'm a political science major as well as an interdisciplinary studies major, which is something you can do for the incoming Will Freilich Fellows. You can design your own major and kind of tailor your courses to a topic that you want to study. So I picked a program that I called Colonialism and Neocolonial Relations, and I also minor in Asian Studies. So I used my Will Fellow Program Award to study abroad in the Balkans, specifically Bosnia-Herzegovina and Kosovo, as well as Vienna, Austria, through a UNC Birchfield Research Seminar. And so basically every day that we were in the Balkans, we would meet with different international organizations. So I was meeting with NATO, the EU, the UN, heads of these missions in various cities, which was a really cool, incredible experience. I also was able to it was important to me to get out and talk to the local population as well, just get kind of different perspectives on this area that's been kind of very subject to conflict and problems with governance. So it was a really amazing experience. And it also generated the idea for my senior honors thesis, where I was able to do something completely original and kind of unconventional through IDST, which was really, really amazing for my academic career. And it also helped orient my academic path for the future. So it was a really great experience in terms of how it shaped my life. And I was really inspired by the Will Fellows program, like being part of this community of students, hearing from different disciplines and people with their own passions really pushed me to, push for my own projects. So I couldn't be more grateful to the Freilich family, Molly and Henry, and the donors. It's just been an amazing opportunity and such an amazing way to remember Will. So
Thank you.
oh, and those were some pictures from my experience.
Great.
Thank you, Ava. My name is Jason. I am a biology major with minors in education and chemistry from Durham. So I used my Will Fellow Award to pursue a summer research experience in the School of Education. I was always interested in learning more about English language learning community, coming from like an ESL background myself. So I figured, doing research in the field would be a great experience, and what better area to do it than in the School of Education. So since this was in the School of Education, we were working on designing model simulations to improve science learning for ELL middle school students. And typically these students do come from low-income, minority, underrepresented backgrounds, and oftentimes also from immigrants or refugee backgrounds. So this experience has led me to pursue a minor in the School of Education. Before then, I would have never really thought about that, but thanks to my mentor and thanks to the Will Fellow Award, I was able to do that and kind of explore more in that field. But it has also led me to reinforce my interest in working with immigrants and refugee communities in the future, because these students that I was working with do come from those backgrounds. And so after graduation, I will be taking a gap year working as a ER scribe while applying to medical school. And I hope to, work with immigrants and refugee communities and help care through medicine. And I want to give a huge thank you to the Freilich family and the donors for all your generosity. Without this experience, I would not have thought about pursuing the field of education. I would not have, had that research experience. And I cannot thank you, Molly and Henry Freilich, enough for giving me this opportunity. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Hello, everyone. My name is Samantha Hopkins. I'm majoring in media and journalism and with a concentration in public relation and advertising, and also double majoring in communication with the concentration in media production at technology studies. I'm originally from Bailey, North Carolina. And honestly, when I first came into UNC Chapel Hill, I was torn in between what universities to go to, and receiving being a Will Fellows scholar was one of the reasons why I chose this institution, and it was the best decision I could have made in my life. It allowed me to go and study abroad. I'm in London for the first time. I was the first one in my immediate family to ever travel outside of the country. My grandparents and my parents, they wanted me to get a college education because my grandparents were unable to even go past 8th grade. So to think that I would be able to travel the world was even more special and made them even more proud. After graduation, it made them even more proud. When I came back, I really found that I had a love for travel. So I was able to study abroad 2 more times. So the first time I studied abroad was in London. The second time I went back to China, and I studied in Beijing, Shanghai, and Hong Kong, the art of storytelling. And then I did an international internship with a PR firm in London my junior year. After graduation, I hope to pursue entrepreneurship and also to take a gap year before I apply into law school. And I would like to thank both Molly and Henry Freilich so much because this opportunity was absolutely life-changing, and it created a new path for me to go on that I didn't even know was there before. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that wonderful story, Samantha. It's amazing. So I'm Jean-Pierre Lugo. I'm majoring in environmental studies and global studies, and my minor is Spanish for the professions. So I kind of have two hometowns. So I grew up in Laurinburg, North Carolina, which is along the border with South Carolina, but I was originally born in Cabo Rojo, Puerto Rico, or Red Cape, Puerto Rico in English. In terms of my future plans, so the next sort of in the following year, I plan to volunteer for AmeriCorps, specifically for the NCCC branch, to engage in a lot of environmental stewardship across the country. But after that, I want to go to law school and I want to become an environmental lawyer. And in terms of how I used my Will Fellow Program Award, I actually used it to do a cultural immersion program in Seville, Spain in 2019. And it gave me the opportunity to go to places such as Cordoba, Granada, Huelva, and also southern Portugal. And while I was in those cities, I was able to visit a lot of famous UNESCO World Heritage sites, such as the Royal Alcázar of Sevilla and the Alhambra. And while I was there, I was also able to take courses on the language, the history, and the culture of Spain, as well as the culture of its former empire. And I'm so grateful to Molly and Will for this wonderful opportunity that really did change my life. And in terms of the picture in the corner, that's La Plaza de España, and it was absolutely my favorite place to go because that's actually where they filmed the second Star Wars film. So it's kind of hard to tell because they added a lot of CGI to it in the film. But in the second movie, when Anakin and Padme are on Naboo, they're walking sort of around the plaza. And I'm just, again, so grateful for the wonderful opportunity to actually be in Star Wars. So thank you.
Great.
Oh, thank you, Jean-Pierre, for your story. So my name is Jade. I'm a chemistry major, specifically the biochemistry track with minors in philosophy and biology. And when I first came to UNC, I actually did not know what I wanted to do. So I used my Will Fellow funds to explore my interests. And I decided to use them on two different opportunities, actually. So I used the first half to pursue a faculty mentored research opportunity in the Freeman Labs. And I was working on a project on catalytic DNA and self-assembling peptides. This experience was really good opportunity for me to apply the knowledge that I learned in my chemistry classes and learn how to do research in an academic setting. And this solidified my plan to work in a scientific lab in the future. And the second opportunity that I used the Will Fellow funds for was studying abroad. And I'm actually on this program right now. I'm at Yonsei University in Seoul, South Korea. So it's actually really early in the morning for me right now. But I wanted to come, so that's why I'm here. And while I'm here, I also want to share some pictures that I've taken of some of the things I've done here. So can we go to the next slide? Yes. Obviously, with the COVID pandemic, there are currently a lot of restrictions here, but I've been really lucky that I've been able to travel to a lot of cool places like the historical palaces and the Buddhist temples and try a lot of different things like the Korean meal that I had here in Busan. And I'm learning so much right here, right now, about a different culture, a different language, customs, and I'm interacting with a lot of people with diverse experiences. So that's something that I'm really enjoying right now. And I believe that the things that I'm learning here will definitely contribute to my personal growth and to my professional development. And having these experiences wouldn't have been possible without the award. So I'm very grateful and very happy to have the opportunity to pursue my interests. But another thing that I'm also really thankful for is being in the Will Fellow community. And I also want to talk about this because what I really liked about this program is that it's rooted in a very supportive network of people, which meant that like whenever I had any questions or concerns about my academics or even trying to figure out where I wanted to study abroad, I always was able to ask someone for help. And I asked advice from a lot of different people such as other Will Fellows, the Honors Carolina staff, as well as others from the Go Anywhere platform. And as well, this year, I also had the honor of being an event planner for the program, where I was able to participate in building the community and connecting Will Fellows together through Zoom events. And it was very rewarding for me to learn about others, to learn about people's talents and their stories through show and tell events and virtual dinners. And it was a role that I never had before. So it was fun to learn how to plan events and how to connect people together. So in conclusion, I really want to thank Mrs. and Mr. Froelich, donors and supporters of the program, the Honors Carolina staff, so much for giving me this award to pursue my interests and for creating the Will Fellow program and community. I couldn't be more grateful for this. Thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Wow. All right. Thank you, seniors. That was amazing to hear about your experiences. I know some of you used them early on, and then others like Jade are still using their award currently. And a special shout out for getting up at 4 a.m. in order to be part of this event. So very much appreciate that from all of you. All right, so now is the opportunity for everybody else other than the seniors we're going to all go into breakout rooms, and you will have an opportunity to ask the seniors some questions. I'm sure as you were listening to their stories, some questions were emerging. We have pre-selected which room, and we tried to get it right based on what we thought your interests were. But we will be shifting right now into the Zoom rooms for approximately 14-15 minutes. And then we'll come back and we have a few more things before the end of the session. So at this point, Erin's going to move us all into rooms and get your questions ready. Oops. All right, so welcome back, everybody. All right. Hold on, let me just bring the presentation back up again here. For some reason, when it came back from the breakout rooms, here. Can everybody see where we are on the screen again?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I don't know why it knocked me out of the PowerPoint presentation when we were brought back. All right, at this point, I would like to ask Molly and Henry Freilich if they would like to say a few words.
Absolutely. Hi, it's Molly, and I'm going to speak for both of us and for our family, Ella and Hal, and our extended family and friends who are all loved Will so much and are so supportive of this program. First off, I'm just going to say congratulations to you seniors. Can't believe it's been 4 years and you're graduating quickly, and we'll be right there with you, as our youngest son Hal is also class of 2021. So we're excited about being in Chapel Hill for graduation. And to you incoming freshmen, welcome to the Will Freilich Fellows Program and our little tight-knit community. We can't wait to meet you in person. Congratulations on receiving the fellowship. I hope you enjoy the last couple of years of high school and you're super excited about coming to Chapel Hill in the fall. Henry and I are so grateful to Megan for all the work that she does, and so grateful, especially in this crazy time, that she's been able to keep a tight little community. And I think that she's done a great job of keeping you guys connected, and so important in these crazy times. And thanks to Jim and to Shandal for everything that they do to support this program. And we're just so grateful to be a part of this community. It's crazy to think that Will would be 30 this summer. He would be so jealous of all the experiences you guys are having. He had such an incredible desire to impact the world and such an incredible ability to connect with other people. And it seems great that that's really what y'all are doing. So when we started this program, we really wanted to create a network and a program of students who are like-minded, like Will, who had a desire to learn and have fun and be curious and be compassionate and go out and have an impact on the world. And I can see firsthand that you guys are all doing that. He would be so proud of you, and we are so proud of you, and we're so grateful to be a part of your journey. And we hope we will continue to be a part of your journey, as we hope long-term that we're going to really be building a close-knit community. And we hope that you will stay connected, you seniors. Don't forget us. And we will be looking at lots of ways to keep you connected. With that said, I think we only have a few minutes, so I really just wanted to say how much it means to us to see what you guys are doing in the world. It's a really incredible thing. So I hope that you guys enjoy your last couple of weeks of school. I hope you enjoy the celebrations at graduation. I hope maybe y'all might have a chance to go out and watch that men's lacrosse team take on Duke this afternoon. I'm getting ready to sign on and watch it. Congrats to the women's lacrosse for the ACC title this weekend. So with that being said, thank you so much for spending the afternoon with us. We look forward to seeing you in person. Go Heels.
Thank you so much, Molly. We, as you heard today, we as a group are so appreciative for you starting this program, and we can't thank you enough. Molly, we did hear that it was your birthday week, and we really wanted to celebrate that. And at the same time, Ramsey, who's one of our first years, we wanted him to sing. And so we thought we would combine really wishing you a happy birthday with Ramsey singing. So he's going to kick us off to all sing happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
So
Yeah,
Ramsey,
thank you.
are you there?
Yes, yeah, I'm here. And I just want to say thank you so much to the Freilichs for joining us today and for all you've done for us through this program. And yeah, I invite everyone to go ahead and unmute themselves and join me in singing happy birthday to Mrs. Freilich. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Yay.
There we go.
Thanks so much.
I'm not sure that's ever been done before.
That was
I don't know if that has ever been done before, but we thought we would give it a try. Ramsey, thank you so much for leading us. Just a couple of things to close us out. Our next steps for the program, we want to celebrate the graduates even more. For those of you who will be getting the Daily Tar Heel graduation edition, it will have a nice big ad celebrating our 9 class of 2021 Will Fellows. So you will see that. We will be, for the first years, or for the incoming students that are here, we will be having a retreat this summer. So excited for that. And then in the summer, early fall, we will be establishing an advisory council, and that will be created so that we can bring even more opportunities to the Will Fellows. All right, and at this point, I want to show you an Honors Carolina video, and I need to put the caveat in that this was created just recently, but I really wanted to show it to everybody today because it does star 5 of the Will Fellow leaders within it. And it's not quite the final version, but at least just wanted to show it here today. And hopefully this will show on my screen and we can get it started. Can everybody see it okay?
See it, but not hear it.
Hold on. All right, I'm gonna stop share for 1 sec. All right.
To you in a way you've never seen it before. It's not just the small classes, the personalized coaching, or the dozens of global study opportunities. It's not just our worldwide network of Honors Carolina alumni at your fingertips, the close-knit and diverse community of scholars and friends, or the hands-on learning at one of the nation's highest-ranked research universities. It's our commitment to be with you every step of the way, to guide your journey, and to help you discover the impact you can make. Honors Carolina. Come here, go anywhere.
All right, and with that, just wanted to thank everybody for joining us on a beautiful Sunday afternoon and to wish you a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thank you so much. Thanks, seniors.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Congrats.
Hello, everybody.
Happy birthday again, Molly.
Happy birthday, Molly.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Sorry, it wasn't the most beautiful version of happy birthday.
No, that was awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
So you had a nice week?
It was so great because Ella and Hal were with us here all week, and my whole family came in and surprised me on my actual birthday on Thursday.
Oh, wow.
It was so awesome. I